guys. Hey, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to Victims of Victors, where we tell stories, our testimonies, to bring light to where we've come from and how we've overcome our situation. Today, we have a guest that, man, I've been following for years and years. And at the beginning, I I looked at it as, oh, just kung fu, oh, just this, because I came from an MMA background where only MMA works, of course, right? And the more I kept looking at this gentleman's work and his art, I realized there's more than just the art. There's a passion behind it. There's a reason for it. And through my experiences, fighters are fighters because we're either fighting to get out of a situation, or we're fighting. Yeah, we're pretty much fighting to get out of a situation. Maybe it's our past and we don't want to be victimized again, or we're in a current situation, we want to provide better for our family. But fighters, there's a reason why we fight. There's a reason why we're drawn to that art and that form of expression. And I'm so blessed and honored to have this gentleman on today. And sir, thank you so much, Mr. Wong. Thank you, or Master Wong. I'm sorry. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for inviting me into your channel here, and we can talk about some the third part. Carry on. You just ask me what you want to talk about, and let's do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we'll start off by like where do you come from? Where are you born?
So most of people watching probably know where a little bit about my story. Some of you haven't, so let me tell you a little bit about. I'm from Vietnam. I'm half Vietnamese, half Chinese. Okay. So my mom is Vietnamese, my father Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
I came from Vietnam, and in that time, I just brief you a little bit of story so you understand first.
Yeah, please.
In that time, in Vietnam, we got a border war. So Vietnam fight with Chinese. So all the Vietnamese half-breed have to get out of the country. So they'll get rid of all the refugee, all the people. So I'm one of the refugees from Vietnam. And in that time, I didn't went, when I'm 6 years old, I didn't went with my father away on the boat because I'm left in Vietnam to look after my mom. In from 6 years to 11 years in that time, I getting bullied, getting beat up every single day. So like all sort of problems because you have breed, okay?
Yeah.
So all sort of things through my life in that childhood, I go through a lot of sort of like nightmare. If you understand about Vietnam into that time, okay, then you understand about how dark, very dark. It's like when the American fight in Vietnam, American war.
Yeah, Vietnam Wars. Yeah.
In that time, it's very dark. It's a lot of communists. So it's a lot of problem over that side.
Yes. So you were through the Vietnam War, or just after the Vietnam War there?
Before Vietnam, after Vietnam War, I'm be in there. A little bit after, I'm born into the war time.
Oh, wow.
On the war time, that's when I'm born. So after that over, it's a lot of so like people got very poor because after the war, people got no money, and also the problem there is that they're trying to get rid of all the half Chinese out of the country. So every time they see you half breed, it's
over.
Problem. Okay, it's a problem. So you every day it's not just bully. It's fighting, threatening, fighting every single day, life and death. I see dead people every single day. You understand what I mean?
As a child.
For when I grown up, it's just like very the norm to me,
Yeah.
Like outside, outdoor, people getting beaten to death. You understand? Walking down the street, I need to carry a weapon with me. Okay? And not just a normal weapon. The weapon have to be able to stop and kill, not just to stop and try to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very tough environment where I come from because I thought would know the next day I will be alive or not. Okay, they just round you up, beat you up. It's a really, really tough time in that time. That's why I've written the book on him. Just the basics onto my story from 6 to 11. Talk about a lot about my life story because people don't understand about me. They're just trying to consuming this not a real guy, go on and do, you know what I mean? So
for sure,
I try to explain to people what it's all about so people understand more about as they go through to try to learn about become the better version of yourself,
That's the goal. That's the goal. So you're saying 6 to 11, your mindset was already, I got to fight to protect myself, protect my mother, Like, not in just like a 1-2 punch thing, but like a actual survival, life and death type of fight.
Right. It's
Wow.
in that time. It's not just about survival, the saving the family. It's about, can I go home or not? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes, and a lot of times they're around your house because you're very young, okay, and you're very young in that time. What you know? You don't know. I don't know any fighting. I don't know anything, any martial art from that age. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
All I know is how to survive, how to live for next day, how to find my food, how to eat. You know, where to get the food next day. All this kind of stuff. Not just about fight for somebody beat you up in the street.
Yeah.
You know, fight to survive in everyday life. You know, like can I eat tomorrow? Can I wear something on? You know, that kind of survival in the mind. Not just about fighting somebody, like punch somebody and hurt somebody. Not like when you come to UK and you get somebody bullied and you're thinking like you're the victim.
Yep.
It's literally it's like different. Nothing close to it. You understand what I'm trying to say? Completely different
mindset for sure. And like I talk to a lot of people about like, hey, you know, you don't know what somebody's willing or capable of doing, and you don't know their background, right? Like yourself, like if you walk up to you in the street, like you wouldn't know, like you didn't say, hey, this is my story to every person you walk to, right? So you don't know what people are willing to do or what's going to trigger them. So just don't be in a fight. Don't get into a fight. Fighting is the last resort because that person could be like, oh, switch back to I'm in the military and like we were speaking earlier, I shoot to kill. That's what we do. And we don't shoot to hurt. We don't shoot to shoot the pinky off of you. We shoot to kill you. And that's it. Or if we're doing martial arts, we get a weird connotation of it's a sport through MMA, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai. But martial arts is really for the military. It's really to defend yourself in a life and death situation. So it's not something that you can just play with, right? Like
you just come out a question there that's very interesting. I always say to people that if you don't know people, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
If you start to open your mouth wrong way, you're probably dead. Let me tell you this story when I'm in Vietnam. This is the problem when we're young, okay? And it's a very common as well. You got problem with somebody, okay? You got problem with somebody. And I said, not a problem at all because I don't want a problem with you. They give somebody feel quick, young boy, people just like ourselves, because we've been brainwashed very young that go out and do certain things to survive. We come up to you. What we're going to do, we're going to put a knife in your throat like this and cut it. You don't even know you feel them. Just go, boom, walk across of that. We come across to you and inject you with certain thing into your body, and you get home, you're fucking drop dead. This is what people don't realize, that certain thing that you are saying thing, okay, doing thing, or come up with somebody doing a wrong thing to people, okay, that don't understand. Because people, I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to beat you up.
No.
I'm going to teach you a lesson in a very different way. This is why people don't understand. And this is the past of my, in Vietnam, where I'm from. A lot of this is going on every single day. Okay? Yeah. If you go out and pop somebody, go around your house, and they start to burn your house down, they start to beat up your family. You don't know who done that. Nobody knows who. Because when you start to find out who, because you start to open your mouth wrong, say the certain thing wrong, or do the certain thing you're not meant to do. I always say to people online, you have the mouth and the talk, but the mouth for you really to eat properly and make sure you're a healthy body and healthy mind. Yep. Not for you to open your fucking mouth and start to yapping about things that you don't understand. Because sometimes you don't understand what these people do and where they come from or what their background is.
That's right.
Some people killing for living. Some people are doing many different things in their past life. Yeah, and they want to get away from that and come across into a little bit normal. And then you're thinking like this guy's weird or weak because they want to be back to normal. Yep. Do you understand? They want to be civilized. They don't want to do this kind of work anymore. You know, like me, I get involved in gangs. When I get involved in gangs, I get involved in all sort of stuff when it came to UK. You know, every day of my life is when it came from 11 to 25, I involved with all different gangs and all different things I'm doing. Wow. People don't realize what is it behind the scene and what sort of thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why I got all the respect for every single one of people, even the got problem or non-problem, because you don't understand people, the background.
That's right.
You shouldn't judge the person, okay, at all when you don't understand them. Because when you don't understand them, how can you judge somebody?
That's right.
You don't know what they've been for. Yeah? And because of this, it's a nightmare. And because of in the internet, especially nowadays, it's no consequence. It's no consequence.
Yep.
In my time, where I come from, if you open your mouth, you have to go what? Wow, simple. So you never open it again.
You know, when I was, it's the truth. Like, you don't know. You know, like I was telling you, I was bouncing before. I started bouncing from about 18 to 28. And I started bouncing at this Caribbean nightclub when I was 18. And I knew how to fight. I was a high school wrestler. I was okay. I did sambo for a couple of years. So I could throw my hands and stuff. It was okay. So I was cocky, you know. I was like, hey, you know, I'm a tough guy. And I was like, hey, you know, sir, you can't do this. Don't do this. I was trying to, you know, boss somebody around, of course. And this guy looked at me and he's like, do you love your daddy? I didn't understand what that meant. I didn't get it. I'm just like, who do you think you are? And me and we got into a fight and this, that, and the other. Luckily, one of my friends knew the guy and, you know, it didn't get worse. But when I talked to him afterwards and he's like, what did you think about when I said you love your daddy? I was like, I didn't understand. I don't understand. He's like, well, I was just trying to tell you that I'm going to kill you. And he just said it plain like that, just right to my face. I was going to kill you. If your friend didn't tell me that we're friends and everything was good, if that didn't happen, you would not have went home tonight. And I was just like, what? Like, what do you mean? It was just over something stupid. He's like, I don't care. And that was the first interaction of my life that I noticed that you don't know what people are willing to do, capable of, or where their mind's at. Like, some people just don't care. Like, flat out, you know, like, I know you're in the UK and they banned all the guns and stuff, right? But that doesn't stop the violence. Like, you can still be stabbed. You can still have a bottle smashed over you. You can still be thrown in front of a car. You can still be thrown over a balcony. You can, like, we as humans will find a way to harm each other. It will happen no matter what happens. And it's your choice. Are you going to live yourself as a victim and just be like cower down, or just walk in confidence and say, hey, I'm not going to impose my will on people, but you're not going to impose your will on me either. You know, it's a line there.
And that's a very interesting question, interesting that you talk about. A lot of time people don't realize that training in martial art, what it gave me when I start training the martial art, that my master tell me one thing in life: you got power to control yourself by training to become confident, to be strong. You have to understand we live in this world that have law and rule that you have to obey. Don't think that you can hurt somebody even though they're trying to talk shit to you. If you want to smack them in, you're the one going to go in jail, not them.
Yep.
Because in this world we live in, they're protecting the worst, the bad people, not the good people. So in training in a martial art, we do. That's why I do combat and meditation, Tai Chi, Qigong meditations are yin and yang, to balance ourselves, because our mind is need to be understanding. Training to become strong and have the right mindset to don't let anyone bully you and don't let anyone take the piss of you. But this doesn't mean that you can go out and beat things other people up. Yeah, that means you just become stronger. So when you understand that, you have confidence. When you have confidence on you, you treat people with respect. Okay, you have confidence to treat people with respect. People not gonna shit on you because they see you got confidence. They only pick on you because you're weak. And second thing is you need to have a sound mind. To have the sound mind, you need to meditate and understand about stillness. Stillness is about know yourself. Know yourself. You need to know where you're from and who really the fuck are you. And when you're understanding that, you treat everybody with respect and treat everybody in that. But this doesn't mean that you don't fight back. When the shit hits you, you prepare for war because you're not there to take the piss. You're there. If you step on my toe, and I tell you once, I tell you twice, the third time, you never gonna step my toes again because I chopped the fucking foot off.
Yep.
This is what people don't realize that. Okay? So in training and to become more of an understanding individual, this is to train martial art, you certainly can beat you up to become confident. You're training to make you to become the better version of you every single day. Because we got problem. As always, problem come back to that you just mentioned about yourself, childhood. We just told before we on the camera about just want to look after your family, your mom, because you don't want to be bullied. We all have childhood problem. We always, when the shit is a fan, we always switch job and go back to our left brain. Left brain is our cannibal brain. That means we do for survival.
Yep.
Mean we don't give a fuck. We just do what it takes to get the job done. This is the only thing we can see. We can see just that far. We can't see beyond that.
Yep.
We didn't go to our right side of the brain. Right side of our brain, we see the future. We see what's going on. We on the left side, and we go and do whatever. And when it happens, it's too late. So what meditation do is helping you to realize that, to understand that, to calm, to bring you grounded. And this is what happened. People don't realize that when they train in a martial art, certainly their brain, because they go, you're going to do this, you're going to fight, you're going to hit them like this, you're going to smack them. When you go down, you pop the head, slam them to the wall, bleeds everywhere. It doesn't matter. Slam on the head as well. That's when the shit happens, your left brain kicks in.
Just takes over, yeah.
You do exactly that because you've been filled with this information. It's like anything in the news every day, the thing you would all that negative energy.
Yes.
You take that in and then you will using that because think it's true, because your brain thinks it's true. So anything you're trying, you need to understand in the basic rule. If you need to be brainwashed by someone else to control your mind, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You need to control your mind. That's the only thing you go up and calm them by meditate, grounding, to make you become the better version of you. If you're not, you go home, you have a pretty girlfriend, you have a nice family, little bit of argument because you have a bad day. You certainly switch the left side of the brain, and then what you do? You fucking smack her in, you have a big argument, and then she left you, and then you be in the shit, and then you sit there in a quiet moment. Why is all the time when you got trouble, in a quiet moment, you think back and say, shit, I've been doing wrong.
Yeah.
I doing something wrong here. Can somebody forgive me? No one forgive you because you didn't spend time on yourself, know yourself. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
100%.
It's a really nightmare. People don't understand this, especially the youngster that I'm dealing with. Because I have a charity called the anti-bullying program for charity. We run charity. And this is the big problem. The youngster growing up. You know, I'm not young anymore. I'm 50 years old. You understand?
You're 50 years old.
I'm 50 years old.
Oh, wow.
You understand that?
Wow.
This is why a lot of youngsters come up and I don't realize that. They always tell themselves, Master Wong, why are you so like this? Why are you so violent? This is not violent. This is called a passion, motherfucker.
That's right.
Passion.
That's right.
When you have that passion, you want to help people, you want to share that. Yeah? You not become the big-headed or you not. You just want to share that to let people understand. So when they're understanding that, that become a lot more easier for them when they carry on. Because I've been there, you've been there. We don't want another person sit in the footsteps and say, shit, if I let somebody, if somebody got common sense and told me that as what it is, I understand that. I shouldn't be in this trouble.
It's so true that when you're younger, going over to that left side of the brain is very easy. Like you just switch and you're just there because you haven't had that time to meditate. You haven't had that time to even understand the value of it. You know, you don't understand because you're just like, rah, rah, let's go. You know, I got to show my, you know, how big I am, how tough I am. And it's scary. You know, like when I was bouncing, you'd see people just fight for no reason. Just, oh, you bumped me. And like, sorry, but you know, whatever. But people they would go out and I'm just like, you guys aren't intending to hurt each other, really. Like you just punch here, punch there, I'm tough, whatever. But what if you punch somebody and they fall and hit their head off the edge of the stairs? Now what? What if they hit a girl and like she falls and the glass breaks in her hand and all this stuff? You don't think of any of this stuff. You just react, right? And it's that time, like you said, you've got to meditate before you're in that situation, before you even go to the club, before you're in that fight, that war, that battle you're in, relax, calm yourself down, and just be at peace with yourself. Be at peace with the surroundings, because if not, you're gonna fly off the hinges. If you don't control yourself, like you said earlier, if you don't control yourself, that's all you have. And if you can't control that, you're a puppet to the world, right? And that's a problem.
This is very interesting. You just mentioned there. The problem now that people don't realize is to be able to know yourself, control yourself, you need to feed yourself with the right information.
Yes.
Start with this bit. Yeah. Yep. Whatever you consume in your cells that create this chemistry into your brain. And this is why so many people nowadays have problems. And secondly, now, especially for time, a problem we have at the moment, that everybody need to cover their face.
Yep.
The big problem to that at the moment people don't really understand is because they're already shallow breathing from the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Fight or flight. They're not do deep breathing. So because you're not in deep breathing, and then you're already shallow breathing, and you're eating already consuming a lot of junk, because when you're in the depressed mode, only thing you consume is junk food, okay? Yep. Because that's what you don't want to be quick fix. Now your system, your body is got problem now, compromised, okay? And then you don't put too much oxygen coming in, so no more oxygen coming to your body. Now your cell have a little bit problem. So any small thing, you start to you start to get angry, you start to really stress out, you start to, because the fight or flight, okay, we're in this very stressed environment, okay, and this is a big problem. So people don't really understand that. And secondly, when you get home, you turn on the news, you turn on anything, every day is the problem that feed into your head. Now that feed you with your negative energy through your head, through your ear. Second, you eat, you feed yourself with alcohol, consuming with a lot of sugar, consuming a lot of things that are not good for your body, okay? And then now you go home talking, and your wife or your girlfriend or your partner little bit got angry or so because of this lockdown. They start to talking, and you getting pissed as well because you're not in peace with yourself. Now what happened? Argument, problem. So just look at this as everything happened to everyone else's across the world. And we don't understand and have a small time to ourselves. Sit there quietly, think a little bit, okay? And learn to consuming yourself a little bit better, meaning eat quality, clean food, okay? Try to drink clean water. Do you know that a lot of people that drinking water from the tap, okay? That got chemical in there that turn off your certain part of your brain cell that you don't see very far. You're very cloudy, and then when you're getting a lot of argument, you start getting anxious very quickly. Okay, so all sort of things that people don't realize that certain things you consume is really affecting you. Okay, and a lot of times you sit there and say, "I never used to be like that." Of course, you never used to be like that. So now you are. Why? Because there's certain things you're consuming that you didn't know about, like drinking, like certain things you're eating that people surround you with, and they're talking a lot about certain things to make you like what they are.
Agreed.
So this is very important for the youngster coming up and try to hang around with people. Try to hang around people that you want to be hang around with. Don't hang around with people that they're negative, put a lot of negative on you, because you will be like them. If you don't be like them, you will be, because you're not one of the pack anymore. Do you understand what I mean? So this is a really big problem with a youngster nowadays. Very big problem.
It is. Like, you know, we always say that there was the five people you surround yourself with, the 5 people you'll become, the person you'll become. It's because the surroundings that we are in is very important to who we are. And so I want to get back to a little bit about your past. You said from 6 to 11, you had to go through a lot of stuff, and you were around that environment, so you had to act in a certain way. But you had no martial art experience. It was more just barbaric, just what comes to you. Just, hey, you got to swing, got to stab, got to throw, whatever it is. When did you pick up martial arts?
So when went from 6 to 11, when I'm in Vietnam, I have the mental that take me in because I'm homeless. Okay, I'm homeless. Wow. So when they take me in, they're teaching me. This is where all my philosophy, whatever you see me online, YouTube, all the stuff I talk about, the mindset, the principle, the understanding, is based on this mentor that take me in when he teach me and guide me along. And he teaching basic rule when I learn anything. The learn anything you want to learn in life to be learning. The purity of your intent, the focus of your will, the level of your awareness, and the quality of your character.
Wow.
If the quality of your character is good, doesn't matter who you are, you will be turned up one. So from that time, he's teaching to get my mind in the right place. I always remember on that time. But no martial art training. It's just learning to understand a lot about life, about what we need to be done, and a lot of tasks that need to do. Tasks set you to take things that you need to done. So if you want to get successful, you need to get tasks done. So we learn. He teach me a lot of that. When it came to England, from 11, when it came to England, I get bullied in England. I got fired in England. And then I got kicked out from school. I got kicked out from school when I'm 14 years old. I got expelled from school from 14 years old. So that time I started learning martial art. That's where I started to fight back. That's what put me in the expel, because I fight back. If I don't fight back, I will get bullied every day. Yeah. When I fight back, they're not in my favor. I got kicked out from school because I'm the naughty one. So when I left school with no provocation, no nothing at all, 14 years old, I can't do anything. My English is not there. I got big problems. That's when I learning martial art. But when I started learning martial art, then I have a very anger on me, because on myself. Because why? Because I think the whole world against me. Every single one. My family don't speak to me much. I don't stay home. I just like out doing my own thing. Nobody. When I'm young, no adult, no father who like keep an eye on me and tell me what needs to be done and not done. I always go out and do what I need to do. So I get involved in gangs. I get involved in all sort of stuff. Okay. Afterwards, I got also a problem in the gang, so I left. When I left, I come back and have my own business. Try to put my head together and have my own business. When I run my own business, I do the martial on the side, teaching. So I run the only thing I can do, learn to cook. Okay? Because that's the only thing that don't need any kind of education. Yeah, as long as you know how to cook and you know what to do, using your hand, that's what you're good at, you will make money. 100%. I understand that. When I'm young in Vietnam, the mentor told me, end of the day, if you got a quality of your character is good, you will make it regardless. I take that in mind. I'm learning to cook. I learned that. Then I start to have my own first business. When I run my own business into the cooking at a restaurant takeaway, I run in the martial behind me, behind the kitchen, so I can help people when they got bullied. So whoever got bullied, they come to see me. Then I teach them, and when they're hungry, I feed them. So that's what I do for about 4 or 5 years. And then when I done that, I said to myself, I don't want the cooking anymore. Because if they're doing cooking, it's not helping many people. Yeah. Okay, I want to help people. I want to do the stuff like martial art to helping people to become more confident. Yeah. That's when we go online. That's when YouTube first started. Go online. And that's when I started doing that, teaching, do all the stuff. So I'm probably the first person, one of the first group that are doing YouTube video. I in the video in YouTube for over 12 years now. So that's when YouTube really start up, and then that's what is it. So when I go on YouTube, like we do a lot of stuff. We're teaching people to code competition, teaching people onto the security, on doing door work, doing bouncing, doing mercenary, police, also the different people in many different backgrounds. But everyone I teach is very different. I don't just teach them Spanish. So if people come to me, if anybody come to me to join, I don't turn around and say, do you learn this? No, I always ask them a basic thing. What job do you do? What sort of job do you do? What is your job? And then if you tell me, I said, I'm a lawyer, I'm not going to teach them to be violent, because when you're a lawyer, going to get into the pub and beat people up. No. Never. It's not going to happen. If you tell me, you come in and say to me, I'm the doctor, and what sort of doctor you are? If you're surgery, using your hand, I'm going to not take you to punching and kicking and to also if you break your hand, how can you work? So I'm going to teach you Tai Chi instead, balance your mind, calm yourself, because you do surgery, you need to be calm, you need to be right mindset. Yeah. If you're a lawyer, I teach you strategy. using a Tai Chi method of the Yin and Yang, the art of war, Sun Tzu, the strategy, understand about people, read them, understand about your opponent, because all based in martial art. In lawyer, you look at your client, you look into that. Is it a bad person? Is it a good person? You judge by the way they look, okay? If you're a bouncer, what sort of bouncer are you? Are you the cheap class, like low class bouncer? You go out and people have a few drinks, go there and you just beat them up and drag them into the back door and beat them up and send them out? Or you are doing high class bouncer? You're a high class bouncer. You shouldn't fucking lay the hand on anyone.
Nope.
You should there to helping them. You should calm the situation. You're not there to punch nobody. Okay? Nope. So I teach you how to control the person. I teach you not to fight them, but control the situation and control them and give the client a good time, because that's where they pay to go there. Okay? So if you are mercenary, then you learn to kill. So I will teach you to do so. What equipment you're using. Okay? What weapon you are using. What your special weapon. I teach you what you need. It's not what you want. Okay? So this is what I'm doing. I don't. So when I go online, I'm teaching all sort of stuff. I have fun. I want to have fun. I have just want to do my thing because people don't understand you. Okay? That's so true. This is the big problem. You know, when people just don't understand things. And when you don't understand, I don't want to explain myself. Why? Because why do I explain to you for? Because you already keep it apart. You already judge me and you don't even know me. Do you want me today to open your eye? I'm not going to open your eye because you're blind. You keep blind because that's what you are. Your left side of the brain. So I cannot make you go to the right side of the brain. Doesn't matter what I'm going to do. And all your life, it will be like that. Okay? All your life like that. Because you never using your right side of the brain. Listen. Shut the fuck up and listen to people and use your eye to see what good or not. You should be able to identify that. God gives you the eye, the ear, the mouth for very good reason. The ear to listen. Yeah? To learn to shut the fuck up and listen. Okay? And using your eye to see what good or not. Okay? Because your enemy is more likely close to you. Okay? More likely the friend around you is your most enemy. Why you cannot see that? Because you cannot see from your asshole to your anus. You can't see that far. True. Because you're too much busy on your left side of your brain and have too much yapping and put about things, the gender into it instead of listening, okay, and watching. And this is what we have nowadays, you know?
That is the truth. That is the truth. And so I noticed that you said that when you were bullied when you're younger and you got into the gangs and stuff when you came to the UK. Was that just because of the anger, the resentment of I was bullied and you know what, you're not going to bully me, so I'm going to bully you? Was it I'm homeless, or like not homeless, but you were not with your family too much, you're just in the streets, you're just like, hey, these guys are just like me, let's fit in here? Like what was the reason to get into the gangs?
So the problem is when as you understand that my background, to understand it, you need to read a book. So otherwise too long. I'm very able to, I do a lot of hard, because when you're young, you want to survive. So you're hustling a lot to survive. Yeah. Because when I'm very young, from 6 to 11, I don't know what my next meal is. So when it came to UK, as you understand, I got kicked out of school from 14. I got no job. I got no money. My dad don't even buy me the pair of shoes to wear. And in one thing he said to me, if you want to make money, you go and get it. You go and whatever you need to do to make money. So that's what in my mind when I'm young, 14 years old. So what I do, I go out to work. But when I work there, I work in a Chinese restaurant first to learn in the trade. There are a lot of triad. You heard of triad, yeah?
Yes, sir.
You heard of triad, okay? That's the Chinese mafia, okay? Yeah. So what happened is when we got time, we have break, like lunchtime, we go and play snooker. You know snooker?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, because Chinese people love play snooker. I'm fucking very good at hustling, okay? So I go down there, I'm hustling with them, okay? Just say, okay, then I'm not very good. You give me 50 points, I start 50 points and about 10 pounds per point. Oh, how much you want? 5 pounds, 10 pounds, I don't care how much you want. And then we can start. So first I play, okay? So I'm lose, okay? 54, the 20 points and lose. So I said, okay, then I didn't ask for 50 points. I said, give me 20 points to start. I'm lost the thing. Then I said, okay, then they can take advantage of me. So I said, okay, then I give you 50 points. They give me 50 points start, and then we do 10 pounds per point. 10 pounds per point. So after that, I won, and I got about another 50 points on top of that. So
Jeez.
they're paying for it, but then I didn't know that the guy is one of the gang, okay,
Oh.
gangster people.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I in a shit. Okay, I'm doing a lot of martial stuff, but I'm dealing with them people with knives.
Yeah.
Okay, knife, stick, and they beat up your family and friends. They don't fucking beat you up because they don't beat you up. Okay, so they're threatening some of my family. They're coming threatening me, and they turn around and say, if you're not gonna come in to pay triple what you've been paid for me, triple or more. I think it's a 10,000 something, so it's more than that. Then I will come in. I will fucking beat you up. I'm not coming myself. I come with my team.
Of course.
That means all the tribe, group of them. And then I said, I got no choice. So I said, if I gonna, I've been through a lot when I'm young already. No motherfucker gonna fuck with me. You know where I come from? I come from Vietnam. Just remember that. I come from there. Dying is every day. Okay, I see people dead every day. I don't even know I'm alive when I come to UK. If I'm in UK, I'm alive. That's a fucking bonus for me. Okay? So if you're gonna fuck with me, let's play. So I'm gonna find another gang. Better, bigger. I joined them. That's when I get into the gang.
Oh wow.
That's why I get into the gang and stuff like that. And that's where I go and do a lot of stuff and bit and pieces, work with them and do many, many different things. But that's why I get in, because at the end of the day, you cannot beat them. You got no choice but join them. So when I do that, when I start to learn to understand it more, you remember that time upward, when I get to 18, 19, 20 years old, 23 years old, I still have left side brain. That means if anybody say one word to me wrong, I not just beat you up in front of you. I beat you up in front of your fucking family. I'm very bad, you know. When that time, when I'm that time from that young, I'm bad. I'm fucking very bad. I admit that I'm very, very naughty boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Then when I met my master, then when he started teaching me martial art, proper training side, not the stuff I'm doing like the close quarter, the fighting, the Wing Chun side, because that's where I learned a lot about fighting, hunting, killing. That's different. Then they teach me about Tai Chi, the meditation side. Then teach me to understand. They said, do you know what in your hand? You will die very easily. Not in front of them people, but in a jail. Okay? You will end up there.
Yeah.
That time I just don't understand what the hell you're talking about. I said, because these people here, you are hurting them. When you're hurting all these gangsters, they don't report because gangs don't report on gang fighting. So therefore, what happened is you're killing them. And that time when you're killing them, you will end up there. Because this is not in Vietnam.
No.
This is not a jungle places. Okay? They have law and rule. When it came to UK, what is the law? I don't know what the fucking the law is. The law is my fist. You understand? The law is my fist and the law is my knife. That's the law. Because if I have that on my hand, that's the law. Because I'm controlling the situation, yeah? But when it started to get me fluent, understanding, and then I got a lot of trouble, then I left. Okay? Then I left, and then I started to become still changing. That's why I got have the motto, you know, try to become the better version of yourself every single day. Every day I try to helping myself by doing the right thing, doing the right thing, teaching people, helping people, trying to in the right, because very easily for me to slip back to the left side of the brain, because it's just the switch.
Oh, it's very easy.
Because every human being, we got tools. Okay? If you push me so hard, I will turn. When I'm turned, don't fucking think you don't like it. Don't tell me you don't like it, because it's too late. When it turns, it's too late. So everyone that have the bad side and the good side of them, okay?
Everybody.
The good and bad side of them. Don't push somebody so much. When it's getting to that point of no return, that's it. That is it. You're dead or alive, because that dying is not the concern no more. Do you understand? So that's where I'm getting into it. Yeah.
Wow. So that's a lot right there. It's just a lot of, you know what? But when was that decision that you're like, I gotta change? I'm going down this crazy path, this place that's gonna be like, you know, your master was saying that you're gonna end up in jail or obviously in the grave. You didn't worry about the grave because you seen that growing up, and that was just normal. That was just a life every day. But when did you were like, you know what, I'm done. I gotta finish it.
So this is the thing in everyone's life. You go put a path to getting knowing the people around you in your life. So you maybe meet a girlfriend, maybe meet the close people around you that need to be changed. So that's why I meet somebody when I'm very about 19 year old, 19, 20 year old. Okay, we do a lot of different things there. Their family is a gang partner, part of the gang as well, in the opposite to me. Okay,
Oh wow.
and then what happened is that family don't like me because I'm together with me, and I got no education, and all I know how is beat people up. That's it. I don't know anything else. Nothing else that concerns to me. Anything else it don't concern to me because I don't know anything. I don't know anything else. No. That's all I know. So because of this, I get in a big, quite bad trouble. You know that nearly put me away for life. Very bad trouble. Wow. Then we got break up. We got break up. The girlfriend of mine got break up. Got problem with the family, break up, and then I start to feel like. I started to drink a lot. I started to do a lot of drinking. I started like, what the fuck going on? You know, because when you're childhood, you really don't have people love you around you or stay around you already. You don't really have very close people already. And when you get into the age that you already got something, you think in control of the situation. You know, like you got money coming in, you got money, you got everything that needed. And you got everything else going well. You're thinking, fucking hell, this is good, you know. But they don't realize the thing flip upside down. When you got nothing left and you nearly die, you nearly be gonna wait for fucking. You probably never come out again. And that's when it started to change. Then I started to decide. My master said, "You got no choice. You got to decide to go this way, or you're gonna go this way. If you're gonna go this way, you're gonna either die in prison or you're gonna die with some other group of gangs that will kill you. Yeah. Okay, you go this way. If you go this way, you will die, but you chose to die or not. It's your choice. Okay? So in this way that the dying is your choice. In this way, on the left brain, your dying is not your choice. No. Okay? Your dying is not your choice. They will make you. They're going to force you, they're going to torture you, and they're going to make you dead. Okay? Completely different thing. In the right side of the brain, you will die because nobody's living forever, but you chose to die. If you don't do the right thing. If you do the right thing, you got a chance to live better. So this is where I started changing, and I start to recuperate and start to learning and start to listening, because before, when I'm 25, I don't listen to no motherfucker. No. I don't listen to nobody. No, I don't. Nobody is like, it's like really, it's like, I don't got no respect to nobody. I don't listen to anyone. Yep. I just do my own thing. It's a really nightmare. Family problem, all sort of things. I getting married when I'm very young as well. It's breaking up, all the argument, all sort of problem, because that's what is it. Nobody educate you, nobody put you in the way. So because you got so much to lose, and you're understanding that you got more to live, you got a better thing to live than what you are now. Yes. Then that's where you start to change. You start to say, man, that's enough. It's enough, and I need to go this way. And regardless, what is it? I don't want to come back here. And it's so many times I have to have like nearly going back, like so many times, like literally so much. You know, sometimes when you go to this side and he said, fuck, you know, this is not going well. I can't do it. People pissing me off. I just like, you know, when you gotta like, you see somebody, you know, you can shove the fist in their face. So you know, oh man, I don't want to do this, but you have to make sure this is what the route you're gonna take. Wow. Yeah. This is what you gotta do, and this is where you're going, and this is why I stick it for a long time now in this route, and it's nothing much change, and everything is still the similar thing. People still keep your problems, and you try your best. That's why I come about meditation. Try your best to don't get involved too much. You know, like when I live it, everywhere I go, fight everywhere. I go to no matter where I go out, have something to eat with a family. We go in a fight. I go to I go into the where is it in the cinema. We get in a fight. It's like it doesn't matter wherever because the problem because you see that on your face.
Oh yeah.
Because that time you're not been down. You know when you go out, you look at people like said, you fucking look at me. You know, like you fucking look at me. You know, you got that on you. So because you're not calm enough, you don't have that on you. They're all over you, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that, and I just don't understand that at all. Wherever they go, why we get in trouble? Then you start to realize it's about you. You is all over you, and people don't like you become too confident on things. That's where you get in trouble. Yeah. So now I don't go out much, spend more time meditation and more calmer little bit. So I don't really easily get in the situation that I used to do anymore.
See, everybody I talk to that's been through stuff and then they've changed their life to being the better version of themselves. When they were going through the stuff, they always said, I felt like I was alone. It was just me. Like you said earlier, the world was crashing on me. I couldn't do anything. Like I was at school and, I was defending myself, but I got expelled, like all this stuff. I'm always, the one is I'm alone. I got to take care of it myself. And then there's always like a point where it's like, I'm done. We're not on the same level. I'm going to hurt you on a different level. And then it's always, you know what? I'm done. I can't live like this anymore. But it's a one, how do I say this? It's a choice one day, but that choice is every single day. You don't like I had some anger problems, a lot of anger problems before. And like you said, like if you looked at me in a certain way, like there's a good chance I'm gonna hurt you. And it's not like no, I'm hurting you, all right? And my favorite thing was the tie clinch and then just elbows. It just rain down elbows. Because you can't get out of it. If you don't know what you're doing, you're not getting out, right? And I was just like, man, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I gotta stop. But it wasn't a one time and it's over, right? It was every day. I gotta stop drinking. I gotta stop being around these people. I gotta stop working at nightclubs. I gotta stop doing this every day. It's that growing process. Some people think that if like my story was I was sexually abused when I was younger and I had that anger inside, and then I see my mom get beat up and I had the anger inside, and then I had a family young and I was just like, I gotta provide, I gotta do this, it's all me, and I had to do whatever I gotta do. And it still comes back to every day you have to make a decision. Every moment you must make a decision. I'm going to be victorious in my life. I'm going to continue on the right path. And like you said, there's a lot of people in this world that are going to push your buttons. There's a lot of situations that are not pleasing in the situation. And so you have to make that decision. You have to take that time out before you go outside. If you know you have an anger problem, okay, okay, I got this. And then proceed on with day. Take that little time, like you said earlier, take that little time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. Take that time and spend, like, I'm Christian, so I read the Bible now. I gave my life to God. And now I'm like, I gotta pray. I gotta pray. I gotta read the Bible. And if I don't, I know there's a difference. There's a difference. And so I completely agree with you, man. It's if you don't take that decision every single day, it's not good. But
that's very true. And I find that a lot of people nowadays thinking like everything will happen, changing from that, flip to that straight away, it's done.
No.
It's taking every day this way, say all the time, to become the better version of you. Today, you can become the better version of yourself for tomorrow. Every day, the little increase, every single day, to able to help you to better. Even today, you live in anger. Tomorrow, you try to calm it down. You're not going to come all the way down. Little bit. And if you get in a situation with the people around you not right, try to limit them as much as you can. And try to
100%.
Before any conversation, try to deep breathing in and then breathe out. Close your eyes and just think about what the most important thing in your life right now.
Very true.
Is it them or is it your family? Is it you want to go home and see your family? Is it you go home and see your kid? What is it you got that more important than what you got now?
Yep.
Then you start to have changing. Oh, sometimes in our life, we don't change because of ourselves. because we change for other.
That's right.
You understand?
That's
we
right.
change for other people. So if you got family, if you got somebody or in your family, you're changing for them. You don't change it for yourself. And this is what happened to us. And we need to take it in to understand this. And when you understand it already, that become a lot more better. Okay? And people out there, like you just mentioned, they're there to press the button. In many, many ways they do that. First, you're too confident, I don't like you. You're too cocky, I don't like you. You look different, I don't like you. You're too successful, I don't like you. You got better house than me, I don't like you. You got better car than me, I don't like you. You wear the better clothes than me, I don't like you. You got 1,000 things against you at the moment. 1,000 things. Temptation to get you to the dark side. So what do? Know yourself. What is it you're there for? And why you're there for? And what you're there to do. Yeah. And when you understand that, you don't give a monkey about these people because you know. Yeah. I always say to people all the time when I'm teaching lawyer, I said, to control someone is a more powerful thing. That means if I know I can smack your face in and control you, like squeeze you like this, you know nothing of you can hurt me. Because I know only knife and bullet and the fist will hurt me. Wood don't hurt me.
So true.
You understand that?
So true.
As long as you understand this basic rule, and I can control you, but I know I have confidence. And this is go back to the basic training in the martial art. And then you talk about Kung Fu. What is it? What Kung Fu teaching you is the way of life. It's understanding to become spiritual, understanding to become better version of you. That's what is it. It's not just about fighting. Okay? It's about understanding yourself. Because every time in your day getting up, are you on a fighting in the war like ready as a warrior? You're not. You don't live in that kind of life anymore. You don't live in a life. I live in Vietnam when I'm 6 years old. When I wake up, we gotta go to hunt. We gotta go and do certain things to eat. We don't live in that life anymore. Our mind is very different. When we wake up, we don't have this preparation anymore. So what do? You think completely different to what you're normally thinking. Yeah? So you're not prepared for war. So what the martial art teach you? It teach you to make you to become the better version of you by knowing yourself. Okay? Knowing yourself, know your enemy. Know yourself, know your enemy, know your ability, and know your surrounding. If you don't understanding this is a big problem. If you know yourself and know your enemy, who's your enemy out there? Many people, because you don't know them. So you treat them like one. Because martial art teach you to think like this. Because if you go out in the street, if you see somebody stranger, you don't come close to them. Because you don't know what this guy's all about. They might got a knife and stab you. You got to understand in the distance. You understand who this guy, friend or foe, I don't know who is it. Let me scan him. Let me have a look at him. And then you need your eyes that I mentioned before. The judgment. See who is it. Is he look a bit angry? What is he? Why he like that? Why he talk like this? You need to listen to what they're saying, the language they're saying. Is he bit tongue, bit violent? Is he been hungry? Why he talk with that? Is he haven't been eat yet? Why he angry? All this God give us the good sense of everything is there for us to make use of every day, not for fighting. When you gonna get up in the morning, go out and gonna fight, you don't. You're not in the army. You're not in the survival situation now. So what martial art really teach you is teach you all this, and you complete all this to make you to become the better version of you every single day.
Every day.
To become calm because you don't understand your enemy, okay, and try to be violent. You have problems. So then you got to be chill out and need to see the situation and understand the situation. If you don't, your enemy might bloody kill you because you don't think like one. Okay, you don't know who it is. You say the wrong thing. Okay, so all this martial, that's what they teach us to understand that. Yeah, know our ability. When you know your ability, means you're training. You got confident. You understand I can look at your eye and talk to you. I don't go like this. I don't feel shy. So I know that you can't take the piss of me. I in control of myself. I'm in control of the situation. Yeah. So I have confidence, and that's what you need to understand that. And know your surrounding is basically who your friend is, who's your foe. If you hang around with all the people, it's all there trying to hurt you or try to brainwash you and put you in a ship, you have a nightmare coming in. So all this basic here, it teach you to become the better version of you. That's what it teach you. It don't teach you that, oh, I can punch somebody, hurt somebody. Nope. Anybody can do that. It's too easy.
It is way too easy. It is way too easy. I learned, I heard a couple years ago that there's only 5% of the world that actually trains, that's actually can defend themselves. 5%. So if you're part of that 5%, it's really easy to go out and do whatever you want. But like you said, it's very important to control yourself and know yourself, know where you are, know what's going on, and be very perceptive of what's going on.
Another thing I want to add on, keep you a lot, the people understand as well.
For sure.
Is learning to understanding this. So a lot of people don't talk this kind of stuff like I do. You need to understand it if you're traveling. Okay, you need to understand it. That's why.
Very different.
The purity of your intent, the focus of your will, the level of your awareness, and the quality of your character. Remember this, okay?
So powerful.
Now, the quality of your character, if you're traveling, I'm travel a lot. I go to different countries. In America, UK, different part of places, Vietnam, Africa, Europe, also different places. I travel everywhere a lot. The quality of your character is no good. If you go out in a different country, they're not in your culture. You say the wrong thing, look the wrong way. What happened to you? I don't care if you are the assassin, because they're over there in different countries. They can cut your throat without you notice.
100%.
Okay, so all this is need to understanding about yourself. Because if you travel a lot and you don't understand, you think like, oh, for me, I'm ignorant. I said, if I'm UK, I can do what I want, I can say what I want. But imagine just say what you want, say the wrong thing. If you go to Africa, for instance, say the wrong thing, for instance, see what happened? You finish your drink, yap, next thing you know, you can get stopped, get killed right away.
Yep.
Same thing in Vietnam, same thing in China, certain places, same thing in Thailand, same thing in Taiwan. It's all different people just don't understand their culture. It's very different to your culture. If you don't understand it, this is what people don't realize. It's learning this to make you, okay, to understanding a lot more better to survive. Because we're not living in a tiny places like where we are. Yeah. We travel, we meet people, we have fun, yeah? And this is what teaches us to understand.
That's true. It's true. Just close. Just before we wrap up here, because man, this is a lot of knowledge you're giving out. So thank you so much. But when you were in the gangs, or when you were back home, what is the one thing that you took positive from it? Because obviously it was a lot of dark times and a lot of bad stuff. But I believe in all the darkness, we can always pick out one thing that was like, you know what, this like really helped me out, or this. What would you say that was?
I think it's the one thing that teach me a lot when I involve gangster is just do it. And this is give me a very powerful push, because what happened is when mission give it to me, I go and do it. So now when I get up, when I say let's go to training, let's do it.
It's just doing it.
Don't think. I don't think. I just go and do things. When I do something, I get on with it. I get it done. This is what teach me. It teach me to get things done. So even though all the stuff I go through, all the stuff like that, but one thing it teach me is discipline. Okay? It's like when you got something the mission on, then that's what I got to do. This is what is it. I focus, I get my stuff done. And that's what I get shit done. And that's what I learned a lot. So when I go out now to my own business, to all the things I'm doing, that's most important thing is get the shit done. Because most of people nowadays don't get shit done. All they do is just think about it and dream about it and talk about it, but they never get nothing done. Okay? That's what it teach me. And people turn around and say, that's bad, but that means a lot of stuff you've done before, you get the shit done. That's what your job is, because you're involved with that kind of work. If you don't do the job,
you're in trouble.
You're in.
Yep.
Okay? So what do you want to do? You want to get the job done? Oh, that's bad. In my time, I look back now, yes, it's bad. I admit that, it's bad. But when I in that time,
that's what you had to do.
What do I know about bad or not? If I don't know what is what, nobody explain to me, nobody tell me. Yeah? I come from the dark to the light. Yeah? So need understanding is when you're in the dark all the time, how do you know where the light is? How do you know where the light is? So don't ever judge people when you get involved in gangs or anything like that. Listen to them. Yeah. Okay? Listen to them. Why they get involved? Is it their choice to get involved? What put them there? Why they get there? Don't take one side. Oh, this is bad. You do the bad thing. why he do that? Tell me why he do that. Okay? Do you ever ask him why he do that? I don't care. That's wrong. If I put you motherfucker in that situation, you would do the same.
100%.
More likely, you would do worse than that. So don't fucking sit there and think about like judging people.
Or you're on a high horse.
Yeah, listen to them and see what they're saying and what you can learn about, because everybody has story to tell, okay? And their story is different, so you got to listen to it and understand it. Oh, okay, I understand. But you can do this, and this, okay? Or you can do this, and this. But if you got no choice and you're in that situation there, you got no way to turn back, or you're going forward, then what can you do? You got to go forward to looking for the left or right. You're looking for the road now, aren't you? You go through the tunnel to see where you're going to turn, because that's what you're doing. And that's what my life is. I go through the tunnel because there's nowhere to turn. So I have to keep going to looking for the tunnel, looking for something to go on. Mm-hmm. So when you listen to what people say about anything, you need to listen to understand what's the situation, why is that, before you make up your stupid fucking mind, you know?
So true, so true. And you praised by it before, but can you talk a little bit about your charity and what you do with that?
Okay, so we have to call the Master Wong Charitable Foundation. Okay, so what we do, we are helping anti-bully to do bully. So online bully, offline bully. So kids as well, people get bullied. So what we do is we're raising fund, and when we have the fund ready, and we set up the project. So certain people need to be helped, and then we're gonna get that money to helping them. Like need a mentor, need to teach them to become more confident, teach them martial art, teach them to become more of like, just more like to do free area, confident.
Yes.
To do it, not to do confident, to be able to stand up by themselves, to don't let people take advantage of them. Yeah. Okay, so that's what it is. Register in UK. Another thing we can't do, so if people, I don't know it in America or not, but if anybody out there using Amazon to shop, I'm using Amazon. I don't know in America, you got a Smile. Yeah, Amazon Smile. I don't know if you heard about that. Amazon Smile. Okay. You can don't cost you anything. When you shop, you can go to charities that you want to donate. The Amazon donate money that I think 0.05% of your buying product. So not your money, is the money that from Amazon, but then use that to donate to charity. So you can select our charity. Our charity is called the Master Wong Charitable Foundation. Charitable Foundation. All right. And then that's it. And then that's what they do. And don't cost you anything for it. And that you do something, you know, to help. And I will do a lot of this on my channel. So I just set up this not long ago because I think when I finished writing my book, and then we got all my colleagues together, the friend and colleagues together, and there are 10 of them. They're committed, they're lawyer, they're banker, they're also people in the committee. And then we set up this charity. And this charity, that's what we do. We try to help people and helping them to have more confidence.
Beautiful, beautiful. And where would we be able to buy your book there?
That on Amazon.
Amazon, huh?
Amazon. Yeah, you can put it on Amazon, Master Wong, Little Dragon, and you find it.
Oh, for sure.
And then again, this book again is raising funds for charity. So I write this book for the charity that when people buy them, the money goes to the for the charity, for our charity to helping people. Wow. So that's why we do. I got 4 more coming out to go from the age of 11 to 20. That's when I go talk to you about my trouble, and then from there I got another one talk about when they're getting married, like that. So in life you have 3-4 few areas. Kid when you're growing up, okay. Then you get in teenager. Then you get into the married. Then have kids. Then you go through your career, and then you go to doing your debt. So you go through this to each of this level of this. So each one the book I'll talk about that. So helping people to understanding when you become the teenage, you come a lot of trouble, go through a lot of trouble. What happened, and then when you get capital fair. Business problem you got by doing a business, how you do your business, and so on and so forth. And then when you get from there to the upper mindset, like how to keep yourself healthy, to look after yourself and you look after your family, that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, so I got 5 books, each one they talk about different things.
Beautiful, man. I definitely look forward to getting that. I'm definitely gonna buy that book there for sure. We'll plug that your stuff in the description, so everybody that watches it can go and check out your stuff for sure.
Yeah.
But sir, man, thank you so much. This has been an honor, man, an honor to speak with you and hear your story. And hopefully it helps. I know it will help a lot of people that are out there just listening to your story and knowing that they're not alone, that they're not there by themselves, that everybody's been through it. We've all had a story. We all have, the dark past in ourselves. But man, thank you again.
No problem. I think it's a good to encourage a lot of people that can share this to people. It'd be good.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, sir. Have yourself a great day. Everybody, guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And man, we got a lot more guests coming. But thank you. Hope you guys took a lot from it. Comment down below what you guys took from it. Thank you. Have yourself a good one.